Good evening. Welcome to the Australian Outback. My name is Rachel, and I will be your tour guide today. Please join our class on a walkabout. Let's begin with an interesting fact. Did you know that Australia is our smallest continent? At our first stop, we will examine the history of Australia. Australia is a country, an island, and a continent. It is one of the 7 continents of the world. It is the smallest continent. It is located in the southern hemisphere between the Indian Ocean and the southern Pacific Ocean. Australia is called the land down under because it is below the equator. Australia has a population of about 20 million people. The majority of the people live near the coast. Canberra is the capital of Australia. The middle part of the country is called the Outback. The Outback has many deserts and does not get very much rain and is very dry. Not very many people live in the Outback. On January 1st, 1901, this flag was chosen from about 30,000 entries in a public contest. It was officially adopted as the Australian flag in 1953. English is the major language. Australian English contains many words that are not used by English speakers from other countries. Here are a few. Down under means Australia. Good day means a common greeting, short for good day. Roo means kangaroo. Sheila means a girl or woman. Bloke means a boy or man. Woofer means a dog. Haru means goodbye. Mate means usually a friend or acquaintance, but anyone can be a mate. Walkabout means a period of wandering, usually in reference to Aborigines. Australia is located in the southern hemisphere, where the seasons are opposite of those in the northern hemisphere. The warmest months have been months in Australia have been when we are having winter in the United States. January and February are the warmest months, with average temperatures between 55 and 70 degrees Fahrenheit. And July are the coolest months, with an average July temperature of about 50 degrees Fahrenheit. Did you know there are not many schools in the Outback? Children who live on ranches and cannot get to school use a two-way radio to hear their teacher's lessons. We will now move on to our next stop where we will meet the people of Australia. The first people who settled in Australia came from Southeastern Asia about 30,000 years ago. The first people to live in Australia were Aborigines. Aboriginal means first. Today there are still Aborigines living in Australia. Some live on reservations. Some live on ranches called stations or property or in cities. The Aboriginal people are known for their rock paintings, which are among the oldest artworks still in existence. The Aboriginal people brought along a type of dog known as the dingo to Australia. Did you know Australia is also famous for the boomerang? The Aborigines used the boomerang as a weapon. Today, children use it as a toy. Please do not feed the animals at our next stop, where we will discover the animals of Australia. Australia has been isolated from other continents for millions of years. Its animals have adapted to island life and are quite different from animals in other parts of the world. Australia is home to many unusual animals. Some of these animals include koala bear, platypus, emu, kangaroo, kookaburra, wombat, crocodile, camel, dingo, Tasmanian devil, and fairy penguins. The most famous animals in Australia are marsupials. A marsupial is an animal that has a pouch to carry its young. Some kangaroos can jump 30 feet. The koala sometimes stays in the eucalyptus tree for days and is an endangered species. Captain Bill Pickney visited the island of Tasmania. The Tasmanian devil is related to the cat. It eats meat and hunts at night. It can only be found on the island of Tasmania. Did you know when the kookaburra calls, it sounds like a laugh, and that the platypus only lives in Australia? The little penguin parade is a must-see when you take a trip down under. The Little Penguin Parade. There are no fancy costumes or ornate floats, no festive music or marching bands. A still audience gathers waiting patiently for the performers to arrive. As the sun sets over the Pacific, the show harmoniously begins just off the coast of Melbourne, Australia. Lies breathtaking Phillip Island. Over the years, travelers have flocked to this happy haven. For one tiny reason, the little penguin, measuring a mere 1 foot high and weighing a meager 2 pounds, the justly named bird has captured the attention and imagination of millions at dusk. Hundreds of little penguins return from their day-long feeding in the sea and parade up the beaches into their nests located in the sand dunes. Seemingly unaffected by the many onlookers, this is a performance you will never forget. Please listen as we sing a song about some of the animals found in Australia. It's called Tiny Kangaroo Down.
Tiny kangaroo down, sport, tiny kangaroo.
might want to hold your breath for our next stop. It is time to go underwater and explore the Great Barrier Reef. The Great Barrier Reef. The largest coral reef in the world, the Great Barrier Reef is located off the northeastern coast of Australia. This reef is over 1,257 miles long. The warm, shallow, sheltered waters of this reef are rich in life, home to fish, jellyfish, crabs, shrimp, sea stars, octopuses, clams, snails, turtles, sea snakes, and many other living things. Did you know the Great Barrier Reef is the world's largest living structure? I hope you're hungry. It's time to stop for a bite to eat. We will be serving our famous fairy bread. In Australia, fairy bread is a common snack among children. Fairy bread may come from the poem Fairy Bread by Robert Stevenson. Come up here, oh dusty feet. Here is fairy bread to eat. Here in my retiring room, the children you may dine on the golden smell of broom. On the golden smell of spring and the shade of pine, and when you have eaten well, fairy stories hear and tell.
Fairy bread is sliced white bread cut into triangles, spread with butter and covered with sprinkles, also known as hundreds and thousands. Did you know fairy bread is the most popular snack found at children's parties? feel free to help yourself to a piece of fairy bread. As you are eating, we will share our top 10 list with you.
Our top list of the reasons you should visit Australia. Australia's natural and astonishing beauty. Number 2, the appealing climate. The sun is always smiling. Number 3, its unique wildlife. Australian food. Australia began to develop its own cuisine in the 1970s. The ancient Aboriginal culture, the didgeridoo is the unique and ancient instrument of the Australian Aborigines. Through its haunting yet powerful sounds, the didgeridoo evokes reverence and oneness with nature. The deep drone of the didgeridoo allows us to relax and to reconnect with Mother Earth. The spiritual and healing power of the didgeridoo has been used for thousands of years in secret ceremonies of Australian Aborigines. Number 6. Australia is a shopper's delight. You may purchase famous Australian items such as didgeridoos, boomerangs, and of course our famous winter boots Ugg. Australia is a shopper's delight. Number 7. A people of legendary friendliness, straightforward, and experience the warmth of Australian handshake. Number 8. The ancient rainforest and nature on a grand scale.
Number 9. There is much to do for those who would rather do than watch.
Number 10. Great beaches voted among the best in the world. We hope we have convinced you to visit Australia. It truly is a beautiful country, island, continent.
Would anyone else like any more fairy bread?
like to thank you for visiting Australia. A visit to an under sounds great, doesn't it? Please follow me this way as we conclude our journey today. We hope you enjoyed our visit to Australia. Hooroo, mates!
Yeah.